Although now that we've decided on a robot vacuum, I feel like we should now be splitting this task. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. This video is a little bit different than anything I've filmed before, but also still kind of same because you guys see me cleaning a lot in my vlogs, and then I also reference like some cleaning supplies that I like in some of my Amazon favorites videos. But in this one, I am going to be doing a full roundup of all of my favorite cleaning products and supplies. I am a girl who hates cleaning with a passion. Like, I know it needs to be done, but I hate cleaning. I'm not the type where I'm like, oh my god, cleaning's so relaxing. It's so nice to like see everything getting more tidy. No, I'm like, I don't want to do it. I'm not into it. I would love to hire someone to do it, but I am just not there in my life yet to be able to hire someone to clean. So I have to clean myself, and I thought it might be fun to do a video sharing all of my favorite cleaning products that I love that make cleaning more exciting. They actually make me want to clean. And again, this is coming from a girl who hates cleaning. So if you are someone like me who doesn't like cleaning, you have a hard time motivating yourself to do it, definitely check out this video. Like I said, all of these things in here just make me excited to clean because I like using these, or they're exciting, or they just like smell good and stuff like that. But before we dig into it, I just want to welcome anyone who's new to my channel. My name's Sarah. I create content on fashion, beauty, and lifestyle. I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, and also for everyone watching, please make sure to like this video and leave a comment down below. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this and you guys maybe want a part 2 of my favorite cleaning products. But for right now, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna start off with vacuums. You guys, I freaking hate vacuuming. I think that is the task that I hate the most. I would leave that up to Trevor all the time. The vacuum is just so heavy. I'm 4'11". It's like almost as freaking tall as me, so it's very bulky for me to carry around, and it's the biggest pain to me. So honestly, I cannot stand vacuuming. So I have been wanting to invest in a robot vacuum for a very, very long time. Obviously, I had been looking into the Roomba because that is the one that everybody knows, but I'm very excited because this video is actually sponsored by Yeedi. They reached out to me just in time as I was researching robot vacuums and offered to have me try their yeedi vac. So I'm actually gonna be sharing my thoughts in comparison on the yeedi vac versus the Roomba 694. Even though this portion of this video is sponsored, I do want to remind you guys that all opinions are my own. They did not ask me to say anything specific. Starting off with the yeedi vac, so this is what she looks like. First off, the thing that I really love about this is that it's so aesthetic. It's white and it's beautiful. The light here is just like a very, very pretty blue. But I'm like into that. If you are someone who likes aesthetic appliances, and especially if you're someone who likes the whiter, brighter aesthetic, this is gonna fit into your house a lot better. She is actually surprisingly light for her size. I was really, really shocked about that, especially when I opened it up and saw how big it is. The yeedi vac is definitely a wider circumference than the Roomba, but honestly, the features on them are pretty similar. Sorry, she's been used, so she's a little dirty here, but they both have the little corner sweeper, and then it can swivel any way you need it to. And then if you want to empty it, you just lift the cover, which I really like this. Again, like, this design is so sleek. You guys will see what I mean when I show you the Roomba next. In comparison, the design on this is a lot more aesthetic, but it has a little brush in here, and it's called an edge brush, so that you can go in and like kind of sweep up. And then this has a little razor on it so that you can kind of cut through any tangles. But I really love that it comes with that, and it just goes right in here. Sorry, my arm's getting tired. I had to put her down for a second. But inside it has like a little control panel. This is a reset button, and then an on-off switch. And then in order to empty her out, you just pull up that little tab and pull her out, and then the front opens right there with the filter, and you can empty her right out. So she is very, very easy to work with. It also just comes with an app, obviously, so that you can operate it, and the app was such an easy setup. I set this bad boy up within like 5 minutes or something. It was so fast and easy to set up. And then you can start it from the app, and then you can also see your cleaning record, so you can see how long your vacuum cleaned and the amount of space it covered. Also too, on the app is a little messaging and help center, so that if you have any issues with your yeedi vac, you can easily reach out and get some help troubleshooting it. So it's a very simple app, but again, very easy to set up and super, super user friendly. And as far as cleaning went with this cleaned so well. It cleaned on both our carpet and our linoleum, and it was able to go over rugs and stuff very easily. If you have a tasseled rug, you do have to tuck the tassels underneath, or else it can get tangled. That's how it's going to be with any kind of robot vacuum. But other than that, this was really super easy to set up and operate, and it cleaned up the space so well. Trevor came home and he was like, oh my god, it just feels so much lighter and cleaner in here. So this honestly does such a phenomenal job of cleaning up our place. But in comparison, we have the Roomba 694 right here. This is just a little bit smaller than the Yeedi, weighs about the same. I would say it's actually like a touch heavier, but this one comes in black. Again, if you have a lighter, airier aesthetic in your house, this may not work with the space quite as well. But this one has all the controls in the center. It has the on button to clean, and then I think this is like a settings button and a home button, so you can send it back. And then this is the back side, and it can maneuver any way it needs to. And for this one, in order to clean it out, you just pull out the bottom right here, and this comes out, and you can open the door, and it has a little filter in there. So I'm gonna put both of these down for right now just because they're heavy after holding them for a while, but just like a little pro and con with each. So one thing that I do like more on the Roomba is that there's just like a few more options in their app. You can set it so that it only cleans one room, or set it by a timer, and then you can also schedule cleanings. As opposed to the Yeedi, you can just start it and stop it from the app, which personally I don't mind. I would never let the vacuum start cleaning on command without being prepped for it, because we honestly kind of clutter up the floor a lot. So I like to make sure that I have everything off the floor before I run it. And also too, because of Spartacus, he is absolutely terrified of all vacuums, including the robot vacuum. It doesn't matter what kind of vacuum it is, Spartacus is terrified of it. So just because of that, I would never want to run any of them without me being present and there and like ready to run it, so that I can work with him, because I do have to give him treats every single time it comes near him, just to kind of give that positive reinforcement that, you know, the vacuum's not going to get you, you're going to be okay. So while that ability to schedule your cleanings might be nice with the Roomba, it's not necessarily something that I need. But an advantage of the Yeedi in relation to like Spartacus and stuff is that the Yeedi is actually quieter than the Roomba. The Roomba was really, really loud, but the Yeedi is just kind of like a soft hum, unless it's like transitioning from the carpet to the linoleum, then you can definitely hear it. But when it's just like running back and forth on the carpet or the linoleum, it's actually surprisingly so much quieter than the Roomba is, which is nice for me, because if I want to run it while I'm shooting videos upstairs, I can do that, and I don't have to worry about you being able to hear the Yeedi in the background of my video. So that's personally a huge plus for me and my lifestyle. If you have kids who are napping, the Yeedi may be a little bit better, because again, it's quieter, or if you have an upstairs apartment, that's a really, really nice bonus to it. Another plus that I personally like on the Yeedi a little bit more is the docking station. So even though the Roomba is a little bit smaller, it needs to be docked in a place that I think it needs like 4 feet in front of it that's completely clear, and there's really not any type of place like that in our apartment. So even though it technically is supposed to be docked against a wall, I had to dock it against our entrance bench, because we don't really have a space like that. Versus the Yeedi didn't really call for anything like that. It just kind of said to put the dock in a place where it can be flat up against the wall and it has enough room to get in and out. So I was able to put the Yeedi in a place that's a lot more hidden, which is nice, because I don't necessarily want the vacuum just sitting out in the open when we're not using it. Versus the Roomba in our place had to go somewhere where it's highly visible. So I don't really love the fact that that's where we had to keep it. I will say too though, one other advantage on the Roomba is that it has a 2-year warranty versus the 12-month warranty on the yeedi vac. That to me is not really a deal breaker, but that could be something for you that's worth considering when it comes to purchasing a larger cleaning appliance like this. And then the last point I want to make on these two is the suction and the power on these. I felt like the Yeedi cleaned up a lot better than the Roomba did. The Roomba kept running over things like small shards of paper and stuff that it just wasn't picking up, while the Yeedi picked up all of that stuff. So in the end, for me personally, again, this is just my own opinion, especially after getting to use both of these, I personally would go with the Yeedi. I feel like the benefits definitely outweigh the cons in comparison to the Roomba. But that is going to be it for my little comparison and review of the yeedi vac and the Roomba 694. And thank you so much again to Yeedi for sponsoring this portion of today's video. But next on my favorite cleaning products does still have to do with cleaning up the floors. While the robot vacuums are great and all, I just feel like the corners didn't get as clean as I wanted with either of them. So a favorite product of mine that I have loved ever since we moved into this apartment, literally I think we bought it like the day we moved in, is this corner sweeping broom. This thing is so freaking good for getting into those really tight corners that a vacuum or a regular broom is just not going to be able to get into. First off, I'm in love with the design of this. I love the gray with the lime green, but the thing that makes it so effective is the shape of this. The broom itself is shaped perfectly to fit into corners. It really does get in there. And then the other side here has this rubber edging. So if you're having like a very stubborn corner, you can kind of get in there with the side of this and really loosen up any dirt that you need to get out, and then just sweep it out of there. I also like how dense the bristles are because it really picks up every single little thing, especially with having an animal in here. I love the fact that this will grab all of his dander and fur and stuff so that I can sweep it away into the dustpan and throw it out. And then what I love about this dustpan is that it has these little combs right here so that if you're sweeping stuff in and stuff is stuck to it like it is here, you can just go into the combs and pull it out so that you can get all of that off of it. And then it's really nice for storage that these just kind of dock right into each other and just take up a lot less space. So if you're having trouble getting into like the corners of your house and just getting all the dust and stuff out of it, definitely try out a corner broom like this. I think I got mine from Target, but I will link some options on Amazon for you guys in addition to this one in case you don't have a Target near you. Staying on the dust train is my favorite duster ever. I'm sure a lot of you guys have used this, but I just wanted to mention it anyways. And I apologize, I was down to my last one, so it is dirty, but I still wanted to show it to you guys anyways. But it is the Swiffer Duster. I go ham with this bad boy. I love using this, and I'm usually not one who's into dusting, but this picks up the dust so easily. You don't have to go over surfaces 2 or 3 times. It's so malleable and stuff that it can fit into like really tight corners and stuff. You don't have to like move everything around. This can get around everything. And as a short person, I love how far this extends so that I can get all the way up into our high shelves and stuff like that. It actually gets pretty long here. Like I can't even fit it in the frame. It's super, super long. So I can even get into like the corners on the ceilings and get cobwebs and stuff. Just such an effective, great little tool for dusting so that you can get every corner and crevice and nook and cranny of your house and do it effectively so you're not like dusting the same spot over and over again. The next cleaning product that I want to mention are e-cloths. I discovered this a little while ago when I saw Leanne from Leanne Says here on YouTube use these. These are so freaking cool. So I really only use mine for like mirrors and windows and stuff, but basically these will clean off the surfaces and leave them streak free with just water. So basically all you need to do is take this waffle one and douse it with water and wring it out. And that's all you need to use to remove like the dust and grime from your windows and your mirrors. And then you go in with the little microfiber cloth next, and you go in dry with this one and just wipe down right afterwards. And what I love about this is that you are just using water. You don't have to reach for Windex or anything, which makes it so much easier and faster. I just keep this kind of like underneath the sinks in our bathroom, and if I notice that the mirror is getting kind of grimy, I just reach underneath, wet it with water, and clean it up, which is so much faster than going and finding the Windex. So I definitely highly suggest a set of these for each of the bathrooms in your house because these make it so much easier to clean windows and mirrors and stuff like that. Then next up, speaking of cleaning surfaces, I wanted to share my favorite all-purpose cleaner. I discovered this a while back, and this ball has actually lasted quite a bit, and I use it on like all of our surfaces when it just needs like a quick wipe down. But this is from Target. This is their Everspring all-purpose cleaner in the citrus and basil scent, and that's really the reason why I love this. This scent is so good. So if you just need to like kind of quickly freshen up your place, you just want to wipe down the surfaces, maybe someone's coming over, but you also want your place to smell good and fresh and clean and everything, definitely get this one in this scent. It's honestly such a light, clean scent, which I know I've said, but really truly that is the perfect way to describe it. But what I also love about this Everspring cleaner is that it is not tested on animals, and it is also non-toxic, it's ammonia free, and the fragrance on it is 100% natural. I don't know though how okay it is around animals, so I really only use this on countertops that Spartacus is not going to get around to or walk on, just because I don't want him getting chemicals on his paws and licking it and stuff. So this one I would definitely say to keep it more on like the higher surfaces that your dog isn't going to be able to get to. So speaking of surface cleaners, we know that COVID kind of made everybody really more aware of disinfecting everything in your house because surfaces can hold a lot of germs and stuff. So when I really want to be heavy duty and go in and clean up all the surfaces, make sure that there are like no germs that can get either of us sick, especially with Trevor, who does have an autoimmune disease, we like to go in with Microban. This stuff kills everything. This is honestly one of the best sanitizing sprays out there. When the pandemic hit, these sold out so fast because it's so good. It kills up to 99.9% of bacteria for up to 24 hours, which is really nice that you don't feel like you have to clean twice in one day. It can be used on so many surfaces, and it prevents the growth of mold and mildew for up to 7 days, which is something that I really like. So I actually spray this on the inside of our trash can at least once a week because especially right now in the summertime, it's fly season. So I hate it like when flies get get in there, and I feel like this has actually helped to kind of keep them out of there. I've seen a lot less flies kind of like getting attracted to the trash can, which is definitely really nice. One thing to note on this though is to be careful when you spray this. This is hazardous to animals and to humans if you consume it. So if you spray it on a surface where you eat, just make sure that you clean it off really good, and don't spray this anywhere where animals might walk, because again, you don't want them to get this on themselves and then lick themselves, because the ingredients in here are really not good for them. Then another surface cleaning rock star for me is the pink stuff from Amazon. If you're on TikTok, you know about this. This stuff is freaking famous and it is worth the hype. I love this stuff. I've been using this for cleaning off like more ceramic surfaces like our bathtub, our sinks and stuff like that, but I recently did try to use it on our oven door. I don't know why it took me so long to finally use it on our oven door, but confession, since we moved in here, I'd say a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, we've never cleaned the oven door. It's bad. So everything that's caked on it is literally from since we moved here. And so I decided to give this stuff a try on it, and it worked wonders. I'll put a clip. I only cleaned half of it so that you guys could see the difference between using this on our oven door once. The difference is night and day. I was so shocked. I'm positive if I did a second layer, it's gonna clean it off and look brand spanking new. I was just so shocked. Again, that was 2 years of baked on, caked on grime and grease and stuff that this removed, and nothing else has been able to do it. The way that I use this is I apply it to the surface with a cloth, and then I let it sit on there for about 10 minutes. Then I come back in with a cloth soaked in warm water, and then I wipe it off then, and by then everything should be able to be pulled off really easily. This stuff is very, very strong and powerful, which is obviously why it went viral. It really truly does work. But if you've never seen it before, here's what it looks like inside. As the name suggests, it's pink. It's just pink stuff inside. But I would keep this away from children because it smells like candy. Like, it literally totally smells like something you can eat. I probably shouldn't be having that, honestly, my bad. But just be aware of that, because you definitely don't want them getting to this, because it looks like pink paste. It's so cute, and that kind of smells like a strawberry or raspberry lemonade. So definitely keep it away from kids, keep it away from dogs, because they might smell this too and think that it's food. So I always make sure to keep this stocked way deep in our cleaning cabinet where Spartacus isn't gonna get to it at all. Then my last cleaning favorite is one that I'm sure we all know about, but I have to talk about it because it is a favorite of mine, and it is the Mr. Clean Magic Erasers. These things are truly magic, and I love this not just for like cleaning my household, but just like for cleaning everything. This works so well on sneakers. This is like basically all I use whenever it comes to cleaning my sneakers. If you watch my fashion videos, you know I have a lot of white sneakers. I can't stop buying them, and I'll just go in with this every once in a while to polish them up, and they honestly look almost as good as new. But when it comes to household surfaces, this is king if you're trying to get stains out of surfaces. We have epoxy on our kitchen counter that just eats up literally anything you put on it. Like if you set down a coffee cup and it accidentally spills, it's gonna eat that stain right away, and it's gonna be almost impossible to remove unless you use the magic eraser. This is the only thing that can get stubborn stains out of our epoxy, so we always have this on hand. We also use it like on our walls if we just notice, you know, some surfaces get kind of grimy, especially like our railing right here, because we're constantly holding on to it when we're going up and down the stairs. We like to go in every once in a while with the magic eraser on this and just kind of scrub it down, and it'll look good as new. In fact, actually, I probably need to do that right now. You can definitely see the discoloration here, but yeah, this is such a good multi-purpose tool to have in your home for cleaning. I honestly can't get enough of it. I also love how like ergonomic it is. They just thought of everything when it comes to this magic eraser. So if you are not already on this train, go out, get a pack. These are so freaking affordable. You're not gonna know what you're doing with your life beforehand. Then my last favorite is for dishes, which is my task here in the household. I am the dishwasher. I don't love it. It's not my favorite task to do, but I would personally rather do it over vacuuming. Although now that we've decided on a robot vacuum, I feel like we should now be splitting this task. But anyways, as the person who usually washes the dishes, that's not to say that Trevor doesn't. He actually does a lot, but that is truly supposed to be more of my task. I cannot live without this scrubber brush. I bought a new one because our other one is getting grimy. I hated washing dishes using a regular sponge. I just feel so gross touching the sponge. It's just like a personal thing because I know how much bacteria is living on that sponge and like all of the grossness that it's just like washed off of all of the dishes, especially when it comes to washing dishes that have been like holding stuff in our fridge for a while. that doesn't sit right with me to like wash it with a handheld sponge. So I really prefer to wash my dishes with a sponge wand. I feel like it's just a lot more sanitary, a lot cleaner, and personally I feel like I get a better scrub on everything when I use one of these. This one does have the option for you to load the soap into it, which if you like that option, good for you. Personally, I don't. I feel like it just kind of starts leaking out and it becomes a bigger mess than if you were to use a regular sponge. So the way that I personally use this is I just put the soap on the sponge and then I use that. But this is also great too for your bathroom. If you want to keep some kind of surface cleaner in here, you can totally do that. Leave one of these in your bathroom, and then when you're showering, especially if you're doing a warm shower where it's kind of loosening up all the grime on your shower walls, just go in with this and just kind of scrub around while you're letting your conditioner or your hair mask sit or whatever. So definitely super helpful in more than just the kitchen. I would highly suggest to have 2 or 3 of these in your household. All right, you guys, well, that's gonna be it for my favorite cleaning products from a girl who hates cleaning. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you hate cleaning, I hope you saw some products in here that you're excited about as well, that you think would make you motivated a little bit more to clean, or at least make the task of cleaning a little bit more fun and bearable. Thank you again so much to yeedi vac for sponsoring this video. I really appreciate it. Again, if you guys want to check out that vacuum, I will have it linked down below, along with all of the other products and pretty much everything you can get off of Amazon, which is so convenient because Amazon is everything. But anyways, I love you guys. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you very soon again in my next one. Bye.